ryegrass demonstration trial site. It's been a very strange wet week, and suddenly we've got this glorious sunshine and our first farm visitor in the shape of Giles Henry here. So what we want to talk about here is about the role of mixtures and the composition of mixtures, and also about individual components. These are mainly ryegrass plots here. We've already measured the difference between this late perennial and the mixture, and we'll come on to that. But the key challenge here over the duration of this field, which could be another 5-6 years, is to test individual varieties to help us decide what to put in our mixtures, but also to see how these different species interact in mixtures. We're already seeing here today a significant yield benefit in this mixture compared with a straight ryegrass. So I'm going to hand over to Giles, who is very keen on measuring his grass. There's a very good article in the Scottish Farmer today about what Giles is doing to help him forward plan and best utilise his grass.
Thank you, Johnny. On this site here, we can see straight away that anything where there's clover or legumes in the mixture, that we're getting a far better sward and a far denser sward and more grass for the stock to come at. If we were coming in here with stock today, this ground with the clover and ryegrass is going to give you probably an extra day and a half's grazing compared with this ryegrass just on its own. It just shows you that when you've got a legume in the mixture, that how much free grazing nearly you can get by having that component in your grass seed mix.
Yeah, so what's actually happening is the clover, as you know, fixates nitrogen from the atmosphere, and then as the roots and stolons degrade, the nitrogen's transferred into the soil, and some of that's utilised by the grass. And one of the important things that we've got to be taking on board down the line is our commitment to carbon sequestration. There's a lot of work being done to try and see where Scotland's agricultural industry is going to sit with the challenges ahead to try and meet our climate change targets. This is actually Dundas mixture, one of our biggest selling dual purpose mixtures, mainly late perennial with intermediate and a bit of Timothy and some really good clover varieties.
It is about just on 700 kilos more grass with the clover mix than with the straight perennial. 700 kilos of dry matter per hectare.
So that's 20-30%. So Pat now is kindly going to tell us a bit about the establishment of the trial.
Good afternoon. Yeah, this field here, there's 8.4 hectares in the field, and what we've done is we have split it into 8 paddocks. So there's 8 paddocks of just over a hectare, and in each paddock, because the field, we're very lucky here, is square, if you take the camera and look down the side of the field of the pegs, you will see where the white marker sticks are. The big ones are the end of the paddocks, and each small white marker stick indicates either an individual variety, and each individual variety here has 12 metres by 155 metres. And here to my right then, we're exactly the same. We have our mixtures in the last 3 paddocks. So when the cattle move into this field again, they will be grazing on 6 individual components in each 1 hectare paddock. Now that will allow us to see really where the preferential grazing and palatability, we'll see if there's any difference now, as we come across it. And also what we've seen at the start, back through the 30 varieties of ryegrass, which are single stand species varieties by themselves, we've already picked up, on palatability within each paddock. There are certainly varieties that the cattle will eat first. That will allow us to formulate our mixtures to the optimum level. The field was established on the 3rd of September, plough levelled, power harrow drill, and grass seed blown in and roll behind. There's been no weed control in this field at all. Consequently, the clovers had a really good chance to get established. There was no weed control in the autumn. Field has got good pH, average pH right across the field, and we've tested the field in 4 blocks, virtually identical. good P&K levels. So, you know, the field is ideally set up. We're up here at about 520 feet up and slightly north facing. So in the spring, it was cold here, slow to get away. But, you know, we have a really good setup here now of establishment, you know, and we're looking to really harness that over the next 5 years.